Order. I have received a letter from David Shearer seeking to debate. Order. Order. I've received a letter from David Shearer seeking to debate under Standing Order 386 the completion of the negotiations between the Government and Sky City and the signing by these two parties of a final agreement to build a convention centre in Auckland. This is a particular case of recent occurrence involving ministerial responsibility. I would have been inclined to accept this application, except for the fact that legislation is required to give effect to the final agreement. A government bill was introduced yesterday, and I understand its first reading may be debated later this week. In these circumstances, I am not convinced that I would be justified in setting aside the business of the House for a debate today. The application is therefore declined. I have also received a letter from the Honourable Leanne Dalzell seeking to debate under Standing Order 386 the Government's appointment of a Crown Manager to oversee the Christchurch City Council Building Consent Authority. The appointment of a Crown Manager is a particular case of recent occurrence involving ministerial responsibility. The test for whether a particular case requires the immediate attention of the House is a high one. Not every ministerial announcement of an appointment will give sufficient grounds for an urgent debate to be held. The purpose of an urgent debate is to hold the Government accountable for its actions. An appointment has been made, terms of reference established, and an initial plan of action is to be put in place over the next 4 weeks. While the decision to appoint a Crown Manager is an important one, working through what needs to be done will take some time. An urgent debate is a way of holding the Government accountable for matters that have occurred. I am not convinced that the situation has reached the stage where, in terms of the Government's responsibility, an urgent debate is warranted. The application is therefore declined. I have further received an application from the Honourable Damien O'Connor seeking to debate the cessation of the importation of New Zealand meat shipped to China since the 1 June 2013 and the failure of the Minister of Primary Industries and his ministry to respond to the issue. The member has provided no authentication with his application. This is in itself a reason not to accept it. The urgent debate is an opportunity to hold the Government accountable for its action where it is responsible. The member's application does not make out a clear case for holding the Government to account. Furthermore, the absence of action on the part of the Government is not a particular case of recent occurrence that can be raised under Standing Order 386. The application is therefore declined. I call on Government Order of the Day number 1.
Psychoactive Substances Bill, Committee Stage.